Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be reviewing the WinBridge S92 Pro, and today it's a little special because actually WinBridge agreed to send this to me for free. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. It'll be an absolute pleasure to have this to review it. So let's get into the review. So just taking a quick look at the box, it talks about what all the speaker/amplifier can do. So this is a speaker/amplifier, like I said. As you can see, it's fairly small, but it's kind of weighty, so that's quite often is a good sign for quality. It feels pretty good. But anyway, this can act as a karaoke machine. Like, you can use a mic with it and play music off it at the same time. You can use it as a Bluetooth speaker, and you can even use it just as an amplifier. So there's like 3 main modes, so that's really cool. So let's look at some other things that came with it. It came up with a wireless handheld mic, it came with a headset mic, and you can actually pair these both to the speaker at the same time. You can be playing music from your phone, you can be wearing this, and you can have a friend using this all at the same time, so that's pretty cool. It also came with several cords to charge these things. It came with a special charger for charging this. It's a rechargeable battery, and I've been using this for several days now, and it still has 2 bars out of 4. And I haven't charged it yet, so I'm thinking this will last pretty long. It's very nice because on the top there's a battery indicator, and you can see how many bars of energy there's left. There's 4 bars, so you can get an approximate of how much time you have left to use this. But anyway, that's the charger for that. And it also comes up with a USB to micro USB to micro USB. So there's 2 micro USB on one end and 1 USB type A on the other. So this can charge your wireless headset mic and your wireless handheld mic at the same time. So pretty handy. The last things that come in the box are obviously charging block you put in your wall, and this charging block you can plug a USB-A type cord like this one into it. And it also comes with a 3.5mm AUX to a 3.5mm AUX, so you can plug this into like your speaker, and you plug the other end into phone or laptop or some other device. So that's a basic overview of what's in the box and some of the features, but let's actually go more in depth of the features and actually test them out. So I'm going to get the box again, and let's look at all it can do. So you can use Bluetooth to play off the speaker, so you can connect your phone to it and play music that way. You can actually enter an SD card. They call it a TF card, but I'm guessing it's a micro SD, so that's cool. There is also a USB port, so you can play music through a USB compatible device. And like I said earlier, you can use this 3.5mm AUX cord and plug it in that way. So that's really awesome. And obviously the 3 main features of this device are amplifier, using your microphone and the speaker. Secondly, a music player. And thirdly, a karaoke machine. So you can have both that and music going at the same time. So that's pretty cool. So this is supposed to have high capacity battery. It says music use time 6 to 8 hours. That's pretty good. Power output is 25 watts. And amplification use time is 6 to 8 hours. Charging time is 3 to 5 hours, but it's a pretty big battery. That might seem like a long time, but it actually probably isn't too bad, because you're not going to be using the speaker all the time. It says on the box loop playback and hi-fi recording, so we'll have to look at the manual and see what other things they say in there. But going over the speaker, there's volume buttons, there's a button for pairing the mics with it, there's obviously the battery indicators, there's a M button which changes the mode, there's the skip buttons and play button and the power button. And we already went over one side, which you saw the TF card and the USB port. So that's one side, and the other side has the mic, the AUX port, and the DC 9V, which is your charging. So it looks like you can record with this speaker too, so that's awesome. Let's go over the other gadgets it comes with. So this is the wireless handheld mic, as you saw. It has a power button, There's a flap on the back that you pull up, and you can see the charging port. So a lot simpler than the speaker. Now to the wireless headset mic. You have obviously your mic on the end, and this pole is flexible. And on the actual headset, there's volume buttons, there's a wireless connection button, and there's an on-off switch, and the port. So you can actually take off the band that goes over your head. I don't know what for, maybe to transport it easier, but it goes on pretty easy. Just slide it and click on. So overall, the feel of these products, feels a little cheaper. I've tested it and it works fairly well. This has feels pretty good. Doesn't feel too cheap. So that's awesome. This obviously is the most quality feeling of them all. It feels fairly heavy, which is a good sign quite often. If you have a really light speaker, what does that mean? It could sometimes mean the quality isn't very good, but this has a big battery and it feels pretty nice. It has a strap that you can wear. You don't have to have it on, but I put it on. You can wear this and be able to use your mic at the same time. So for instance, you could have this amplifier and you could be wearing the mic, and they would be probably far enough apart from each other that they wouldn't interfere. And so you can also wear it just as a speaker too, so that's really cool. So I'm actually going to turn this on, and to do that, you're going to hold the power button.
Bluetooth is waiting for a connection. Bluetooth is connected.
I wish it didn't have that music maybe, and the voice is kind of annoying to me, but oh well, doesn't last too long. That lets you know it's on and that it's pairing for Bluetooth and when it's connected. And you saw it connected super easy to my phone. I had already connected it before, and after that it's pretty simple. It does it on its own. So the volume buttons up and down, and it also lights up the battery indicator if you want to see the battery, so that's an easy way to do that. But let's actually play a song and see how it sounds. I'm going to play Limitless by Electronomia, and this is copyright free music. You can use it on your YouTube videos, just give attribution, but anyway, I'm going to play Limitless. So now I'm playing Electronomia's song Limitless. And I've noticed the speaker can get very loud. So that's not the whole song, but you can just get a glimpse of it. You could hear the speaker for yourself. Sometimes I wish there was more bass, and we also wish the sound could be a little fuller, but I have to say the speaker's kind of been growing on me ever since we got it. But there's a glimpse of the sound quality. So for a $130 speaker, maybe it could be better, but it also comes with mics, and that's not the main feature. There's other features, so you'll have to remember that I can hear a little fuzz when I don't have any music playing, but it's on. That's a little annoying, but it's not loud at all. And you're not going to hear it if it's just going to be sitting on the table, so that's not a big deal really. And like I said at the beginning, I've gotten this to go pretty loud, which is nice. Obviously the louder you get, the more likely you're going to lose some quality quite often. Like, I haven't noticed it with this too much, but that's just pretty much happens with about every speaker. But anyway, let's look at the manual and see some more features and things that we can do with this speaker. So let's insert a thumb drive and see if it'll play music for us. So I got a thumb drive right here, and then I'll just insert it into the port.
USB flash driver playing.
And it says USB flash driver. I think this is Limitless by Electronomia again, and I'm gonna turn the volume down, but anyway, so it's pretty simple. It just plugs in and starts playing automatically. You can use the buttons on top still. It's kind of looks weird just to have this thing sticking out of the side like that. You gotta be careful not to hit it or anything, but it's pretty cool to have this feature to be able to play USB. I've never had a speaker that has been able to do that prior to this one, so that's cool. So as you can see, here's the 3.5mm cable, and you could plug it maybe into a computer, a laptop, etc. But I'm not going to test that in the video, but that's what it's for, is to be able to play music different ways. So that's an awesome feature. So as you can see, this has multiple ways to play music: thumb drive, SD card, Bluetooth, 3.5mm AUX you can use, I think, and so there's a lot of different ways to play music. But let's try connecting a microphone to it now. And how you do that is you hold this button on the top. It says UHF, and the light starts blinking. And then in whatever mic you want to use, I'll be using this handheld for right now. Let's look at the manual and to see how to properly do it. So you long press the power button until there's a blue light. Then triple click this button right here, and then this light stops flashing, and you can use the mic, and we can test it right now. Testing, 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 1 2 3, testing, 1 2 3. So you can hear it coming out of the speaker, and that's pretty cool. So very cool feature. Now I notice when I move this around, I hear some noises. Could partly be from the wind, or could partly be that it's just not a super expensive mic. But anyway, this is a cool feature to have. So let's try connecting this wireless headset mic now to it. And how you do that is you turn on the on switch, you hold the UHF button on the speaker till it starts flashing, and then you hold this wireless button on the mic, and it stopped blinking. Testing, 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 and you can hear it's coming out of the speaker, so that's awesome. Now you don't want to get the mics too close to the speaker or else you get feedback, but having the two mics close to each other doesn't matter. And you can have the two mics connected at the same time, so you and a friend can do karaoke. And to show that you can play music, I'll do that and have the mic connected, but I won't be doing karaoke. But anyway, I'll play a song real quick. As you can see, it can play the music and do my voice too, so that's really cool. It's a really cool feature that you can do karaoke. So there's a demonstration of how karaoke works. So that is a basic overview of the features and functions and how to do them. So there's more stuff in the manual you'll want to read for sure, and we'll talk about how to pair the mics and how to use this speaker. So that's a basic overview for you. Let's turn this off and see how you do that. You hold the power button, and it plays some music, which I wish it didn't. I wish the light would just turn off because it's unnecessary. But overall, I like this speaker. I've had fun using it. It's grown on me. Some positives about this thing are it's a fairly high quality build of this speaker. I wish the mics were a little more. The wireless handheld isn't too bad, but the wireless headset wish it was a little more. But what else I like is the features. This can be a karaoke machine, it can be an amplifier, it can be a Bluetooth speaker, and that's really awesome. I really like that it's multi-purpose and that you can play music on this multiple different ways. You can use USB, you can use a card, you can use Bluetooth, you could probably use a 3.5mm cord. It's just awesome in that regard. So I'd say those are some positives. I really like be able to see the power. It has button controls on top to do various things, so you don't have to grab your phone every time. I like that you can hold this and carry this around. So those are some of the positives. Now I want this to be an honest review, so I'll give some negatives. I wish this had a little more bass to the sound and have a more full sound, but it's not too bad of a speaker. I also wish, like I said, this had a little more quality to it, but I'm just glad that it comes with all three of these things. I like that how to pair things. It's not too hard, not too complicated to learn. You'll get it eventually. some of the controls for doing special things are a little harder, but you don't have to do those. Obviously, I didn't do them, but you can read about them in the book. But anyway, I'd like to thank WinBridge for sending this to me to review. I really have enjoyed it. It's a great speaker. It has pros and cons, so whatever you decide on whether you should buy this or not, just watch the video and see what you liked about the speaker and what you didn't, as to deciding whether you should get it or not. It's about $130, so you might be able to find it cheaper or more. But anyway, decide whether you should purchase it or not by what you like about it or don't like. So thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you so much WinBridge for sending this to me to review. I really have enjoyed it. Goodbye.